my name is Ashley. Welcome to my channel, Side of the Soul. I'm an empath and I'll be imparting my messages to you that I hear from meditations. I hope the messages speak to your inner truth and help provide guidance for you. Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading. The decks that I'll be using are the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck and the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. The cards that came out for you are Lightning in Reverse, the Crow in Reverse, the Sacrifice, Voyage, and Focus. Okay, so the Voyage card represents the humpback whale. Humpback whales make the longest journey of any mammal. They travel 14,000 miles every year. They spend the summer months near polar regions, and in the winter, they journey towards the equator of the tropical waters. So among some native tribes, whales are considered to be protectors of travelers and journeyers, as well as guardians of the sea. So if you receive this card, what I would want you to know is that get ready. You are about to embark on a journey. It might be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or idea that is coming to life. But most certainly you are an intrepid traveler sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Get prepared. Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. So remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. So this next card is the Focus card, and this represents the snowy mountain peak. So mountains traditionally represent transcendence and spiritual evolution. They also symbolize rising above mundane situations and reaching greater heights. The snow at the peak represents pristine clarity, and mountain peaks are often the destination of spiritual pilgrimages. Many cultures believe that the tops of mountains were the resting points of the gods and celestial beings. So what this card would want you to know is that what you focus on is what you will pull to you. So put your attention on that which is worthwhile. Concentrate on one desire. Direct your intent to one thing rather than being scattered in many different directions. When your thoughts and actions are unfocused, it dilutes and diminishes your forward movement. It's much easier to gain results when you're concentrating on one path. So gather your inner resources with intensity and passion and go forward and upward, and you'll see results. This is also a card of spiritual transcendence and traveling to higher realms, so stay focused as you elevate your higher consciousness. You are close to heavenly realms. Okay, for this next card, the Lightning card in reverse. Formidable electrical discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche. But there is a destructive side as well, so the bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. So what this card would need you to know is that life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this initiation release what is in the way of fulfilling your life purpose. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. Okay, so this next card is the Crow in reverse. So the Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. So the Crow teaches us to walk our talk to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth and that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. So what this card would want you to know is to be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth, it's not. So look deeply into your heart and remain alert, lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true to you, or perhaps it's not the highest truth. So don't seduce yourself with illusions. And lastly, we have the Sacrifice card. So the sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. So in olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. So for example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruits. In Middle America, however, the Lord of the Dawn came to teach us that spirit preferred our songs and our prayers to the blood of humans or animals. So if you receive this card, the sacrifice asks you to offer to Spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. Okay, so Gemini, what I heard under meditation was, give forth and you will receive. Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. The decks I'll be using today are the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck and the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. The cards that came out for you today are the Lower World in reverse, the Heart of the Sky, the Owl, Enlightenment, and Release. The Enlightenment card represents the vast galaxy. So our beautiful home galaxy is so large that if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. You know, it's small compared to some galaxies. For example, the Hercules A galaxy would take 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. So the realm of galaxies is so vast and so wide that it's beyond human comprehension, which is why the galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment as well as faith in the forces much greater than us. So if you receive this card, what I would want you to know is that enlightenment occurs when one steps out of the confines of an ordinary definition of self and expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connecting with what you cannot see. So forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey, so have faith in yourself. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be, so have patience that there is a plan unfolding. The sky is the limit. And this card represents enlightenment and signals that you are entering into a time of expansive transformation in a luminous and remarkable way. So trust that the changes ahead are for the greater good, for they most certainly are. And then next you have the Release card, and this represents the autumnal light. So the cooler days and the change of color in the leaves mark the seasonal change from summer to autumn. And the bracing wind wildly flings the red, orange, and yellow leaves from the trees as they spiral down to the damp and dark earth. So if you're receiving this card, what I would want you to know is that it's time to let go and surrender. So let go of situations and people and objects that don't serve you. Let go of the old, outmoded, self-limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. And if you're holding on to the old, it's difficult for anything new to come into your life. So begin to clear your home and your living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it's probably clutter. Clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. Next up, we have the Lower World in reverse. So the lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It's a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. The lower world is the place of our ancestors where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. It's the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. So if you receive this card in reverse, it wants you to know or ask yourself, are you one of those people who do not like to face the past? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, and to be embraced. The only way to become unstuck is to honor everything that has transpired in your life, reflect on the lessons learned, and move on. If you bear witness to your past and learn its lessons, it will stop haunting you. As you embrace its gifts, you will recover a missing part of your soul. And then we have the Heart of the Sky. So the Heart of the Sky is the love force that made all creation possible. This same force is present when you create with originality, when you bring formlessness to form or inspired ideas to expression. This primeval force does not know good or bad, and it's up to us to provide the clear intention that will guide it to manifest. The Heart of the Sky helps us call in beauty from the invisible world and birth it within the world of matter. So if you receive this card, what it would want you to know is that you may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. So shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. And lastly, we've got the Owl card. So the owl is the master of the night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it's dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkness moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. The owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors, and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. So if you receive this card, what I would want you to know is that the owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. What is the message that you're not hearing? The situation you're not seeing with clarity? And the owl invites you to wait patiently, bide your time until it's the right to act, then do so decisively with no hesitation or remorse. So if you receive the owl card, what I would want you to know is that look around you, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by the owl. Don't shoot the messenger, be grateful to the friend who shows you what you've not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment, and remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. So don't be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. And Libra, what I heard out of meditation for you was, the strength you need is within your core, and bring it forward. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. The oracle decks that I'll be using today are the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck and the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. The cards that came out for you today are the Heart of the Sky, the Owl in Reverse, the Moon in Reverse, Miracles, and Forgiveness. Okay, so we have the Miracle cards here. It represents the double rainbow. After the storm, the rainbow appears, so no matter where we are, the instant a rainbow splashes across the sky, we usually stop and stand in awe. And some say that rainbows are messages from the Creator, and others say that they are part of the electromagnetic spectrum phenomenon. So if you receive this card, what it wants you to know is that the storms of the past are passing and your dreams are coming true. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abounding miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you, and believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. So start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship, and good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions, and believe that you deserve the best, because you do. Bounty, joy, and blessings and miracles are flowing your way. Okay, this next card is the Forgiveness card, and it represents the sunset glow. And as the sun shrinks behind the horizon and the reds and the oranges turn to lavenders and deep blues of the ensuing night, the day is complete, and sunset signifies that a new cycle has begun. So what this card wants you to know is that it's human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences, and relationships. So, however, there can be times when we're carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. And the past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you had a pattern or a recurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to recur in the future. The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold that the past has on you. And the past is gone, and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now, and just be super aware of the sights and the sounds and the smells and the textures and the energy of your present. And when you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. So we have the heart of the sky. So the heart of the sky is the love force that made all creation possible. And this same force is present when you create with originality and when you bring formlessness to form or inspired ideas to expression. This primeval force does not know good or bad, it's just up to us to provide the clear intention that will guide it to manifest. The heart of the sky helps us call in beauty from the invisible world and birth it in the world of matter. So if you receive this card, what I would want you to know is that the heart of the sky brings you a sacred reminder. You're a channel for the original energy of creation. So become the paintbrush, the canvas, the artist, all guided by the heart of the sky. Set your intention ethically and clearly and allow the universe to take care of the details. And now for the owl in reverse card. So the owl is the master of the night, and she can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it is dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkest moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. The owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors, and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. So if you receive this card in reverse, it means that the owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. So what is the message that you're not hearing or the situation you're not seeing with clarity? Owl invites you to wait patiently. Bide your time until it is right to act, then do so decisively with no hesitation or remorse. And then lastly, we have the moon in reverse. So every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. And this phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches, and it offers us a certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is light waiting so that we can be reborn into a new phase. And this calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon, may our lives be renewed as yours is. So the moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of the waters on the earth. So this same power in turn affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising or hiding back into the unconscious. So what this card would want you to know, if it's in reverse, is that it calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so that you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. And for this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. And shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. And Aquarius, what I heard under meditation for you was release all expectations.